Hello there, my name is MrSmartDonkey. Welcome to the first battle/battles of the Battle for the Old World tournament. With me is Devin. Battles.
Yep,
I've said
me.
battle so many times.
Battle and Devin. Back for another battle. Or another godlike view of a battle, at least.
Oh yes, we are the gods. We're looking at a battle, well, battles once again, between HaxoTheHunter playing as the Empire in this first battle. Of course, because of rules, he has to switch it up in the next one. But anyway, for this one, he's playing as the Empire. And Dragonheart playing as the Vampire Counts.
Those vamps with old Manfred on his dragon leading the forces.
A zombie dragon, it's pretty sick. So normally we would have, well, if the contestants send in both their replays, or all their replays, I mean, like each one, we would have, we would be looking at the green player each, but for this first battle, Dragonheart forgot to save his replay, so we're both looking at Haxo's replay, which means we both got the same person. But yeah, anyway. Point is, you're looking. This is very confusing. You're looking at Dragonheart, but he's red on your screen, whereas in the next battle he'll be green. That's what I'm trying to say, or green, yellow. Yellow. Sorry. Yeah, that's the point I was trying to make. Is that it might get a little confusing because of that. But if the contestants send in all their replays, it'll be fine from now on. Hopefully that's going to be the case. But that's probably going to be a lot of people forgetting things. Anyway, let's actually get on with the battle. So unit-wise, I guess I'll go over Haxo's real quick. Very simple. He's gone for a very Legend of Total War style.
Yeah, he brought the artillery
army. Yep, he's brought 4 crossbowmen.
No creativity required here.
6 great swords, 4 Reichsguard, and Calfran's on Deathclaw. That's it. Pretty simple.
Easy peasy. Swords, bows, cav. Go
What
play
about
an older
you?
game. Well, the vampires actually brought something that's a little bit similar, in that they've got a huge line of Graveguard great weapons, which is basically the same unit as great
Very
swords.
similar.
It's the equivalent one on the vampire side. It has lower stats but higher damage, so it's hard to know which one's actually better. But the thing about the vampires is they're a little bit better than their stats portray because of the fact they keep fighting while they're in their routing phase, whereas the Empire troops don't.
Yeah.
So they'll keep getting kills even after they've lost all their morale. So even though they have lower morale, I don't know, it's probably hard to predict how more powerful that makes them. So basically it's hard to call. And we also got here on the right flank some Cairn Wraiths, this special ethereal infantry, which are virtually immune to attacks, which is probably going to come in useful during a battle situation.
Generally.
Yeah, they can be killed by magic attacks. So possibly Karl Franz's attack counts as a magic. It doesn't say it does actually. I don't think Haxo has anything that counts as a magic attack actually.
No.
So that unit's invincible. So that's probably going to come in pretty useful. And the same deal for the Banshee. It's a tiny Banshee right next to them. Also immune to physical attacks. So they'll be able to do some
very
damage.
angry, by the way.
Yeah, the Banshee is not happy about having to be pulled out on this very cold day, wearing only a ghost dress.
She's just resting, and here we are.
And anyway, yes, on the left flank, he's got a Vargulf and 2 units of Black Knights, which I think are worse than the Cav they are facing the Reichsguard, but we'll just have to see how they do.
Very
and
similar,
the most
but
exciting part of the deployment is right at the back, 2 units of Direwolves coming in for a sneaky rear attack using a Vanguard deployment. So they're going to be right behind Haxo, and he's going to have to react to that right off the bat by the looks of things, because they're already running in my replay.
Yeah, they are for me as well.
They just went right away. So, I guess
Yes.
we'll probably watch the battle.
It's probably a good idea. You want to count it down?
I would love to count it down. How about 3, 2, 1, fight my pretties.
Let's do it.
So I think it's going to be the wolves to start with. And the other thing to mention is that Manfred von Karstein has a dragon. How about that? So they've both got flying legendary lords facing off against each other.
I think Karl Franz is definitely a lot stronger in the air than Manfred is, because Karl Franz is like a proper fighter, whereas Manfred is, first of all, it's just a zombie dragon, whereas this is Deathclaw we're talking about. But anyway, yeah, it looks like the wolves are going straight in. Probably a delayed attack would have been better, because I don't think Haxo actually would have realized those were there, unless he was actively looking for extra units behind him. But there's a good chance he wouldn't have done
yeah,
that.
he probably would have seen on the map or something. But I think the wolves would have been good to use against the archers, since of course the vampires don't have anything at range. The wolves.
I think maybe that's what he was trying, but he probably just sent them in and then started paying attention to his other troops, and then sort of forgot that they were actually going in. And the great swords turned around, so
yeah,
they didn't really
be fine against those guys.
Actually, they took a few losses. I'm kind of surprised, because I honestly expected them to take 0 losses, but they're taking a few. It's like there's a
little bit.
Pretty big flank going on the Dragonheart's right side. Haxo's left with the
going on the giant hole, which is making this flank be extra wide. The one Banshee is stopping both units I have right now, so they didn't get any charge or anything like that. So that's very nice.
They just walked into her.
Going in 1 unit of swords just for fun.
Yeah, the Karen Rays are going to do very well because, like you said, they only take 25% physical damage
from this unit, so they'll defeat them eventually.
Essentially,
hack their way through them.
Looks like Manfred is on his way to Deathclaw. He actually cast the Fate of Bajuna on Call Friends. I think that's actually a spell that's better against big units rather than small ones. So maybe a better
1,000 status effects on him right now. So
yeah,
tell what's going on.
He's not dying very quickly though. I think he's got a lot of positive effects.
And of course, all the archers, the Haxo brought, can shoot the flying dragon quite easily.
Yeah, they're doing that as well.
There, so he just lost all his health very rapidly, and he's going to rout. He's off.
He is already.
Is he going to die?
Leaving.
He's close to death.
He's being shot by the archers. Yeah.
And the rest of the fight, which we should probably mention, is just a straight brawl. Just all the units fighting frontally, nothing too
yeah, there's other stuff going on as well. Oh, there goes Manfred. Yep, he just landed on the floor.
Yep.
Not going to survive that
fall.
fall.
Took a tumble.
He did indeed.
Looks like Haxo's cav have snuck around the hole now.
Yeah, he sent
away. So
one of them around.
Attack Wednesday already.
I think he's trying to. Yeah, I think he's trying to just sacrifice one of the units to keeping all those other units busy, and then having the other one just charge in the back of those great swords. Sorry, Graveguard of great weapons.
He has managed to lose a couple of Cairn Wraiths, so clearly the Empire cavalry can do something to them.
Well, yeah, I mean, they
do no damage. It does.
They take 25% damage, so they resist 75, I believe. The Vargulfs being kept busy by one unit of Grave Swords for a long time.
That unit, one guy at a time.
The thing is, though, like I think that's probably good for Haxo that there's like it's just one unit holding back a Vargulf, which obviously costs a lot more than the Greatsword unit, I believe.
Yeah, efficient trade-off, and the Vargulf's actually about to run out of morale as well.
Ooh, full-on charge! Oh, that was a hell of a charge right there from the Reichsguard. Straight into the back of those Graveguard. They're not going to last very long from that.
Yeah, so they're starting to get that delicious crumbling, but of course they keep fighting, as mentioned earlier, so they're still going despite now having no morale.
Indeed. I think Dragonheart might be trying to do the same thing. It looked like he was pulling out one of the Black Lances and Barding from that engagement with the Reichsguard. One of them just died, just passed away. Very sad. Looks like Deathclaw, or, well, Girlfriends with Deathclaw might be coming over, perhaps, or he's going to send him in the back of those Graveguard over there.
Just hovering at the moment.
Perhaps just moral support. You can do it, guys. He's just flying over there and just yelling at his men down on the floor.
All the archers over by the hole are bombarding the Banshee with bolts, and it's doing no damage. Looks like they lose. The Banshee loses 1 health when they get hit by a volley of arrows.
I'm guessing she also takes only 25% damage, so that probably helps quite a bit. It's an interesting... I think people were saying that the Vampire Counts might be weak in this tournament because we set a limit to monsters and stuff, and they sort of rely on that. But I think the Cairn Wraiths, the Banshees, and the Hax Wraiths, for example, as well, those type units can really actually be quite good, because you have to make sure you bring, if the enemies bring the Vampire Counts, you have to bring something that's magical so you can actually deal damage to them. Because otherwise you just get completely countered.
Or you can rout them, as appears to be what's happening here.
Well, yeah,
they're
crumble them.
They're totally surrounded.
Yeah, I think
down now.
Call Friends is in there as well now. It's not going to last much longer. It looks like the last of the cavalry units on the right or left flank, whichever way you're looking at it, has died as well. Or no, actually it's moved away.
Basically freed
there's a few cavalry still in there.
Yeah.
But I think Haxo's caught onto that and is sending one of his cav over now and to start charging in the back. But it's looking pretty bad for Dragonheart right now.
Yeah,
I think
it doesn't favor him.
I mean, to be fair, he did win one of the flanks, but he lost the center and he lost the other flank as well. And then the 2 dire wolves in the beginning really cost him as well. It's not the greatest unit, but they can definitely do some disruptive things, especially when, for example, he had Manfred in combat with Call Franz. He was being shot by arrows as well. He could have had Den sent those wolves into the archers. Indeed. Okay, it looks like
it would have made it a lot easier.
No, probably not. Yeah, but it would have helped at least a little bit.
It's hard to say from this battle, but I'm guessing that in a straight one-on-one, the Great Swords did beat the Graveguard.
It looked like it, yeah.
It seemed like they were more powerful, so there we go. High stats does matter more.
It's hard to tell from this battle, but I think Haxo won this one.
Well, I don't think we should jump to any conclusions about who was victorious.
Anyway, there's still more battles to come.
We got 3. Yep,
it's
so
a best of 3
again.
Yep, we got at least one more battle. Possibly 2. Yeah, so, this is the rules, of course. We've gone over this in the intro, but if you haven't seen that, the contestants are not allowed to use the same faction twice in one round. So if one of these contestants make it through to the next round, they can use all the factions again. But for now, Dragonheart can't use the Vampire Counts anymore, and Haxo can't use the Empire anymore. So let's find out what they were using in the next round.
Let's jump into it.
So here we are on the second battlefield. More of a grim day than the last one, that's for sure.
Bit of a terrible day for a battle, but they've come out for it anyway. Orcs and Dwarves At it
Orcs and
again.
dwarves. It's a proper. It's pretty good. In the first battle, we had the vampire counts versus humans, or Empire, which makes sense, and then now we have the dwarves against greenskins.
It's the CA approved matchups.
Yeah, indeed.
These battles, the official opponents.
So this time you are looking at a yellow Dragonheart, just to clarify, people don't get confused, and I'm looking at yellow on my screen, of course, with Haxo. Haxo playing as the dwarves. So let me just go over his units real quick. A fairly symmetrical formation. A very dwarven army, yeah. Very symmetrical formation, I was going to say. Although, except in the front line, we've got, looks like... No, yeah, we've got two Ironbreakers on the left side, two Longbeards on the right side, and then two... Actually, no, it's 4 Longbeards. But yeah, you should have put 1 Ironbreaker on the right side. Anyway, so 4 Quarrelers behind that line, and then he's got 4 Dwarf Warriors as reserves and an extra minor unit as well. He brought, looks like Ungrim over here. Yep, he did. Ungrim Iron Fist, and he's got an Organ Gun and a Flame Cannon next to those as well. So he's got a fairly heavy ranged heavy army here. That's what I was trying to say. I can say words. Range.
He's brought
what are we looking at? What are we looking at with Dragonheart?
Well, the closest thing is got to be these Goblin Wolf Rider Archers, which have used a Vanguard deployment once again, just like in the previous battle. But instead of being behind, they are directly in front
of all that ranged infantry.
And you can sort of see the problem already, at least in my one, because I've paused it, and the arrows are already flying. They've just left the bows. So they're going to get hit by a volley of arrows before Dragonheart can possibly give any orders in the battle. So I think they're going to struggle to do anything from that position. But anyway, let's have a look at the main army. It's actually pretty simple. We've got a massive line of Orc Arrow Boys, generic archer/melee unit. At the front, we've got Grimgor Ironhide, and I believe that is a Shaman coming with a Wild Boar for a mount. On the far right, we've got some chariots. Yeah, just a light chariot units. They're going to be sneaking around on the edge. And his infantry line, I think it's another asymmetrical job. Let's see, it's 2 Black Orcs on the right, Orc Biggins in the middle, and Savage Orcs on the left.
Yeah,
so
right.
He's going heavy right, and I think Haxo was going heavy right as well. He's got his best units on the right.
He's actually Ironbreakers on the left.
Better than Armbreakers.
Ironbreakers are the best
less
unit.
Health, at least. Okay,
Ironbreakers are like a higher tier.
So yeah, Dragonheart's gone right. Haxo's gone left.
Hmm.
Stalemate. Well,
there's some trolls still, and the level 9 giant.
That's a big one. He's got a gold giant, which looks like he buffs his leadership, attack, and defense. But the question is, does it matter what the giant's attack and defense are?
Yeah, it's already so high that little bit is would have probably been better on a unit that has lower stats overall. But yeah, I think Dragonheart really loves this Vanguard deployment, doesn't he? With these units.
Vanguard deployment. You got to take him by surprise.
It's just such it's a poor choice in this case again. Like first with the previous battle, sending in the wolves right away, and this one he's just going to get absolutely obliterated by archer fire immediately, because those 2 units are pretty poor range units in all fairness. And then there's the Corralers, which are very good range units. And low tier, actually. They're just very good for what they are.
Siege pieces are right in front of them as well.
So yeah, that too. I guess getting shot by some organ guns probably doesn't help either,
I guess it'd be a good idea against vampires, because you know they're not going to immediately throw stuff at you. So you really can play with them by deploying right in front of the line, then just like, haha, move away 5 steps, and they can't kill you.
Yeah, exactly. Be a good idea. But
yeah, against dwarfs with all the ranged units, it's going to be challenging.
Not exactly.
Let's see how it goes. Let's put the camera there. And now, 3, 2, 1, fight. Let's watch those troop numbers. Oh, ow. Oh. Lost half the health.
Oh yeah, they're getting absolutely obliterated immediately, as expected.
That's it. So like, that was sort of the 3 seconds required for Dragonheart to actually see what's going on. But it's too late. It's
already broken
before he could give an order and go, oh right, he's deployed right there. It's too late. They're out of there.
I guess maybe he didn't realize that Haxo had deployed right there, but that's kind of like obvious, right? Especially because there's a kind of an uphill right there. He has to get on the hill as fast as possible.
Yeah, Haxo wanted to move up to make it flat.
Yeah, so it makes sense that he put it right there. Looks like Grimgor is going. Oh no, it's the Orc Shaman that's going straight for it.
It's going to go and fight the entire army on his own. Going to take some arrows on the way, but he do not give.
Maybe he's looking for like. Oh my God, he's going straight for the line.
He's gone through the first line.
Maybe he's hoping for one of those like David versus Goliath. Like maybe we'll get a 1v1 or something. But I think Haxo's not interested. He's going to send his entire army up and deal with this one Shaman. It looks like.
The Shaman could be in trouble.
Oh, the trolls have already reached the line as well, going against the Longbeards
again as well.
We got the chariots, it looks like, on the other side, doing some kind of flank. I think these are they're ranged chariots.
Missile chariots, so they can be just shooting.
I reckon he should probably just charge them in the back of some units as well. Oh, here we go. The Iron Breakers flying out their satchels of C4 or whatever it is.
Just grenades all over the place. The orcs surprisingly unaffected by it. They basically just get back up and keep going. They don't give a damn.
They take a lot of health damage, but none of the actual units actually die. So their health gets reduced quite a bit.
Everyone now, as the battle actually starts. So his infantry, the buffs were off already. Okay, they were buffed for about 2 seconds.
There's a rune. I didn't even realize there's a runesmith on Haxo's army as well. Didn't even seen him yet.
Ooh.
Oh, the giants got full on shot by one of those cannons.
Barely lost any health actually.
Yeah, I didn't really care.
Do more. Yeah, he's just gonna tank it. He'll just keep coming in.
Because it's 9 experience. He's just like he's experienced at taking flame cannons to the face.
What it's like. Troll's dead on Dragonheart's left. So
yeah, they have very low morale, so they go very quickly. We can probably assume that they'll come back at some point, though. So he's got to keep a unit going after it.
Where is Grimgor? Is dueling with Hairman right next to the giant, or is he? No, they're standing next to each other. But they haven't noticed each other yet.
Oh yeah, they're back to back. It's like they're fighting off the entire horde of enemies.
Finally, a union of orcs and dwarves against those pesky orcs and dwarves.
There's the Goblin Wolf Chariot's being chased away by one of the Dwarf Warrior unit, which it's firing upon that unit, but they're never going to take any damage for 80 armor or something.
So like as an archer unit, they're
pretty poor. Oh, the giant's moving straight through, going for Ungrim, it looks like, or maybe the Runesmith.
They're breaking through here in the center. Giant making a difference. Ungrim taking massive
damage
now.
He's making a giant difference.
No, I'd say he's only making a large difference.
No, you're probably right. So looks like Grimgor might be going. That's a smart idea, going for the organ gun, because it's point blank firing at his units right now, and there's not much you can do about it except for send one unit after it essentially. Giant looks like he's trying to help out as well, smashing into the organ guns.
Almost got him.
Oh yeah, Ungrim's taking it.
The problem is the rest of the battlefield, where a lot of the orc infantry seems to be just disappearing quite rapidly.
Oh, the foot of Gork or Mork or whatever the hell that spell is.
Some
awesome stuff.
Shit.
Alright, looks like
they got right back up. They loved it.
Oh, there you go. There goes Ungrim.
He's
getting absolutely stomped on by that, by the foot as well as the foot of the giant.
There's also that brawl between the black orcs on the Dragonheart's right side. I think that's just going to keep going. Both sides very slowly taking losses, as the rest of the battle is just an absolute mess.
Yeah, looks like I think it's actually Haxo is actually winning the center now. It looked like he was losing it for a while, but it's just the giant and Grimgor here now.
So it's just Grimgor and the giant, which are going to be challenging to take down, but he's got everything to do it with, so he can spam arrows or something.
There's the Orc Shaman on the other flank as well, just sort of standing there, not really doing anything. He's just hanging out. Oh, and the chariots are just about to get caught by the Dwarf Warrior, so they're going to die very quickly as well.
Couldn't even escape from dwarves on foot. Very poor job from the chariots.
Indeed. Looks like Grimgor is getting relatively low as well. But who's fighting him really at this point? It's just the units firing him. The giant's taking a lot of damage as well, actually, yeah.
Millions of crossbow bolts now.
Oh, wow, yeah. He's so tall.
He's got no morale left. Oh,
it's like some flame cannons. Oh, my word, that is unfortunate for him.
Oh, is he down?
There he goes.
He's doomed.
I wonder if his fall actually kills unit. It looked like it did, actually. It knocked over some orcs when he fell down. That's pretty awesome.
Excellent.
Didn't actually die from it, but they've taken some damage.
Flame cannon taking archer fire now. They've got too close.
This battle's definitely... Oh, the Orc Shaman's going back in now against one of the Quarreler units. This is definitely a lot closer than the previous fight, I think.
This is a grind.
It's hard to tell who's winning this right now. I mean, the center is definitely now being won, and there's a lot of range units left, I guess, on Dragonheart's side, and a lot of infantry.
He's got all these archers, but the dwarf troops are very strong.
So much armor,
because of every unit having so much armor that you can't damage them effect.
Yeah, even the Quarrelers and stuff, like literally everything has 80 plus armor, I believe. I don't think there's anything lower than that.
Something like that, yeah. And then missiles doing like 20 damage means that most shots will do 0 damage.
And there's no armor piercing damage on any of the range units from the orcs, I believe. So there's it's probably a better idea to bring a lot more infantry, just go full on charging in or something like that.
I think range units here actually, because all the archers are trying to fire at Grimgor, who's in amongst some of the dwarves. So he just killed a load of his own men from Haxo. Always a good job.
Indeed.
Don't trust your own men, least of all. Bring them down before the battle's over.
I can't even find Grimgor. Where is he?
He's in amongst.
Oh, there he is. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's broken as well now. Yeah, really, Grimgor, you gonna leave?
Bounce spell starting to shift. Those archers are just gonna turn it because all the Quarrelers will just slowly kill everyone.
Yeah, I think Gringor is about to take... He's taking a lot of arrows still. How is he not down yet? That bar is really, like, off-putting, because on the top it's almost gone, but if you look at him, like, you hover over him, he's still got a decent bit of health left there.
Where is he?
Not entirely accurate. Oh, he's running him through some of the Orc Armor boys. He's leaving. He's had enough of this fight.
Oh yeah, there he is.
Yeah, it's definitely starting to turn into... Because I think if it was a straight-up Archer v Archer fight, first of all, the Orc Armor boys have poor accuracy. That's one thing. They have less armor. They have less range. So again, like Quarreler versus Orc Armor boys is not even a matchup. It's not even fair. And then there's a whole bunch of infantry still left. There's still some black orcs, but it's not enough to really turn this fight anymore, I don't think.
And they're going to get tanked. Not tanked. Destroyed by arrow fire. They're going to
that too, yeah.
Tank the arrow fire.
And I think that the chariot is still going. Actually, it looks like it might be charging in the rear here soon.
Still alive. Sitting at the back there. Still skirmishing away from the
yeah, that one Dwarf Warrior unit.
Basically knocked that unit warriors out of the game.
Is it worth it though? I think that unit's like twice as cheap as the chariot unit. Maybe not twice, but it's definitely a lot cheaper. Ooh, there's a bomb just went off over there. What the hell?
Exploding among the dwarf ranks. Don't know what they're up to there.
Oh, I think that flame cannon fires straight into the back of its own unit.
Yeah,
oh no!
Itself up.
Oh, there you go. The charge. Oh nope, they stopped the charge just before they actually broke, and there you go. That's it.
So there you have it.
That is the first victory of this tournament. HaxoTheHunter.
Man Haxo. It's going to go to round 2.
Indeed. No idea who's up against because we haven't seen any other battles yet, but we will find out soon. If you know, let us know in the comments.
Please
do. Because we don't know.
It's so important that we know. So you need to organize this for us.
This is actually the last battle in the or like the last matchup in the tournament, but we're gonna upload it first because we haven't received anything else yet. We want to get this shit going. So yeah, we don't actually know anything yet, but I hope you guys.
This happened.
So you guys won't either, actually.
To happen in future battles if they are to occur.
Hopefully
and then even more things happening as a consequence of those things happening. So
many
it's going to be a whole string of events.
Indeed. But thank you, Dragonheart, for participating. And good luck, Haxo, in the next round.
Sounds good to me. GG to all competitors. And we'll see you in the next battle.
Goodbye.
Laters.